First and foremost, found out that I was one of the top 10 semifinalists. It was absolutely humbling to know that I was selected from all the great nominees that was already provided from the other companies. I know that there's some very rewarding folk that are out there and very deserving of it because of what we've done serving our country. The reason I chose the Marine Corps, actually, a funny story is that when I was in the 7th grade, unfortunately I did not pass to the 8th grade. So I wanted to leave because I was embarrassed and I wanted to go and be very, very successful. I found a magazine that had a small postcard in it and I filled it out and I mailed it in and they sent the letter back to me. They said, thank you very much for your interest in it. We'd be very happy for you to be a Marine, but right now you cannot join. In my mind, I was like, they're just telling me I cannot be a Marine, what the heck? So when I got to the 11th grade, I took my ASVAB and I said, I will show them and I'm gonna absolutely excel whenever I get there. I enlisted back in 1988 in November. I served 10.5 years enlisted. I was promoted from private all the way up to Staff Sergeant, E6. From there, I applied for the Warrant Officer program within the Marine Corps. My job enlisted was Aviation Ordnance Technician. And to be an Aviation Ordnance Officer, you have to be an enlisted Aviation Ordnance Technician. So for the last 20 years, I was an Aviation Ordnance Officer. After I retired, I still wanted to serve. And believe it or not, trucking, you are also serving. Absolutely you are. And one of my slogans is, in order to stay in the fight, you first have to be in it. So with that being said, being a trucker, being in that fight, delivering the product from the shipper, getting it to the receiver so the receiver can get it out to the customer. I have some other relatives, brothers and also uncles that are truck drivers in this industry, but I have a cousin that works for Prime. And he was just telling me, he said, hey, I think Prime is the best one. So he said, what you do is you go out there, you do your own research. And I did. And I just looked at the other vehicles that the other companies had. And to me, Prime looked to have the nicest, cleanest equipment, newer trucks, that type thing. And also the camaraderie. I was able to talk to some of the other veterans who were already working with Prime. And so that really and truly helped persuade me to go to Prime. And then whenever I got there, the way that I've seen the appreciation from communities and for everyone is that whenever you go into those truck stops, people will see you with your headset on. They'll tell you thank you very much for all that you do in keeping America moving. Sometimes there are just traffic jams. Believe it or not, the cars will let you in. They'll blink their lights and they'll let you in. One of the greatest things that I love to do is I'm always looking down checking for kids. What I'm looking for them to do is the same thing that I did as a kid was pump their arms so that I could blow the air horn. You know, so one of the things that I tell some of my friends is that if you ever find yourself having a bad day, look to your left, you might see a smile on their face, and when they pump the arms, let them hear the horns. You don't have a truck payment, for one. That revenue can go into your savings, and but not only that, it gives me an opportunity to also start my own fleet, and I plan to do that through Prime. Also, it gives the opportunity for me to provide a job for other people who are out there who are seeking employment and that type of stuff so that they can support their families.